G'day folks, welcome back to Dune Awakening. Hope you guys are doing well. We're still in Arrakeen because, well, in the previous episode we sort of got stuck dealing with investigating this murder. So we were supposed to, well, hopefully protect Austin Lathe, but by the time we got to the solution, it was already dead. So something's happened. We've been doing investigating, and we've found that he was poisoned, and I guess he was poisoned by using the manifesto that he likes to read. He was a bit of a nervous kind of character, according to the people that knew him, and I think whoever assassinated him took advantage of the fact that, you know, he liked to read that manifesto of his. It's like a manifesto about some kind of a rebellion against the Empire. But also the fact that he is a bit nervous, right? Like, he likes to bite on his fingernails and potentially also use like his saliva, or like he likes to maybe lick his fingers or thumbs or whatever to turn pages of books. So we did find that the manifesto that he was reading was actually laced with some kind of contact poison. But anyway, we're going to report our findings to Subperfect Tours. Why is he called Subperfect Tours? Not sure. Anyway.
Report.
I spoke with Klimt, Austin's assistant. She didn't want to believe it, but I laid it out. This was murder.
You rattled her then? Good. Did anything shake loose?
She said Austin had been on edge lately. Had a thopter lined up, meant to fly out of his workshop tomorrow.
Did she say very good?
Ooh,
You're starting to think like a Cheops player. But every cleared square reveals a trap or a truth.
Sorry, I misclicked there, guys.
Left behind.
Okay, go see which one Lathe left behind. So, we did learn about a location in the Haga Basin that he used as, I'm not sure if it's a hideout or what it is exactly. Oh, I should have asked him about what a Cheops is.
You've been to the workshop. Did our engineer leave anything behind besides regrets? Well, if you're waiting for a calligraphed invite, you'll be waiting a while. The Sandflyers can neither read nor write.
Okay, all good, all good. Yeah, so we are off to the Haga Basin, and we're going to see if we can find this location that he likes to visit. And apparently it is some kind of a Sandfly's base, so yeah. I'll probably meet you guys when we actually just get there. Okay, we are getting very close. I think it's probably a base that we have actually been to before. I can't remember what this place is called, but it is on the border of... I think this is the Eastern Shield Wall and... yeah, the Algarve territory. So, I remember this base was a bit tricky to actually find the intel for. But, I mean, we're not really here for intel anymore, so... it shouldn't really be too difficult for us to clear this place and find what we're looking for. But yeah, just trying to find clues to who killed Austin Lathe. Do want a few plant fibers when I find them, actually, because I'm finding myself relying on the water filters quite a bit these days. I'll take that. Ooh. Getting sniped at. Not sure from where. Okay, maybe it's just this guy. Okay. Nice. Got a very big stutter here, fortunately. Okay, good. Just gonna do a big heal. Alright. Apparently it's below us. I think I know roughly where that is.
Hey sis, guess who? Just wanted to let you know I'm still alive. Listen, I stumbled into this group.
Sector weather
the
alert.
Sandflies,
A large
they call
sandstorm is
themselves.
approaching.
Used to be spice workers, but they stuck it to their bosses. They gave me food, shelter, water even, for free. I felt guilty about it. So eventually, I told them about how I was a slave on the run. These guys embraced me and said, "Welcome home." Can you believe that? Look, I know you're probably mad I ran away and left you behind, but I honestly didn't think I would last a week on the run. But now that I found the Sandflies, I think you should risk it too. My new friends tell me you'd be welcome. Miss you, sis.
Yeah, I know the Sandflies are... I don't know. I don't know how I feel about this bunch, but compared to the majority of the mobs that we fight, this group seems to have decent intentions, right? Like freedom for slaves and, you know, worker rights and all that sort of stuff.
Sector weather alert.
I guess we're kind of a corporate lackey, so it doesn't really give us much of a choice to, you know, fight these guys. Well, not exactly a corporate lackey, a house lackey. But I wonder where the origins of these big houses are exactly, in terms of the lore, right? Like, were they originally big corporations, and they just formed into a house, you know, because things are, I guess, an imperialist system. Yeah, not 100% sure how that all works. I'm looking for a band, actually. I think maybe I need to go upstairs somewhere. I'm just trying to remember how I do that. I did say this place was a little bit confusing. I think I saw perhaps maybe a way to get up there from... maybe up here? I think maybe there's another staircase that leads up from here, and we should be able to just cross some kind of a bridge. Okay, good times. I do see someone up there. I think perhaps maybe a melee enemy. Okay. Grab all of that, and probably just need to go upstairs to find that band. There we go. Alright. Whoa. Yeah, that was a little bit weird. I do have to say some enemy behaviors are a little bit wonky. So they could probably look at that and try to improve it. Okay, so down we go. Alright, so this is Austin's workshop. We need to scan it for clues. It's a good thing that I kind of keep my scanner with me at all times, but I don't really use the scanner very often, do I? So perhaps maybe at the very, very end game, I may let go of the scanner. Just to give myself a little bit more inventory space.
After the pamphlet, I started asking questions like, who does this serve? And the answer kept coming back, it serves them, the nobility. And nobody burned brighter on that pyre than Phaedra Vi. Old money, old grudges. She wore ruin like perfume. We drank, talked, pretended we weren't just ghosts. One night, I told her my worst secret, the one I can't say here. She didn't flinch. I asked her what that made me. A man, she said. A man with blood on his hands like the rest of us. You just don't wear gloves. Then one morning she showed up with real gloves, silk, elbow length. I knew she was hiding something. I gave her my worst sin like it was a love letter. She smiled, kissed me, then she asked for a confession. Not for her, for the Harkonnens. Said she needed money to buy back her family's heirloom. I laughed and asked if she was serious. Deadly, she said, and took another sip of her drink like it was just another Thursday.
Okay, we do have a name from that, but I guess we're still needing to scan everything here. What's going on here? Blackmail letter from Phaedra. Another one, maybe? Old Carthage schematics. Okay, so I didn't actually need to use the scanner. I just needed to scan, in a sense, like look at everything in the room. Discuss your findings with Tors. Okay, sure. Not a problem at all. Probably just need to get out of here, so let me make the jump, and I'll probably see you guys when we get to Arakeen. Okay, Tors, here are our findings.
You've been to the workshop. Did our engineer leave anything behind besides regrets?
I've been to Lath's workshop. Killed my way in, that is.
Well, you're still alive, so I assume the greeting committee took it poorly. What did you find?
I found detailed engineering cartography for old Carthage, precise layouts and annotations.
What kind of annotations?
The margins were filled with notes, fault lines, resonance equations. I'm not sure what it all means.
Margin notes. Maybe a move, maybe a distraction. In Cheops, not everything on the board is meant to be played.
Okay, I was gonna ask a question about Cheops before, but I misclicked unfortunately, so maybe it's some kind of a game similar to chess. I reviewed a diary entry. He references a woman named Phaedra Vi.
Phaedra Vi? Now there's a name from the past. Didn't realize she was still drawing breath.
You know her? Their relationship sounded complicated.
Complicated? Phaedra Vi is a man-eater. She doesn't flirt, she hunts. And when she sets her sights, the ending is never in doubt.
That sounds like a lot.
I knew men, smart ones who thought they were the exception, that they could handle her. They're not around to argue the point.
Phaedra Vi was blackmailing Austin Lath.
Of course she was. Phaedra always knew how to pull a thread, until the whole man came undone.
Lath confessed something to her, something big. She used it to tighten the screws.
You want answers? Go see Phaedra Vi. You'll find her apartment in the upper central plaza. Watch your step.
Upper Central Plaza. Okay, I think we saw a door that was still not open yet. Maybe that's the spot. Alright, let's check it out then. We do need to go upstairs, so I think this might actually lead us there. Okay, well, this is not the door that I was thinking of, but it is one of the doors up here, regardless. Fancy looking apartment. Are we breaking and entering, or what's the deal here? Should I be ready for a fight? Swanky decorations everywhere. Ooh, what do we have here? What are we supposed to do? Search the apartment for clues on Phaedra's whereabouts. Bottle of spirits. A near-empty bottle. Something is scribbled on the label. A carafe for the Grand Dame. Knock on my door if you prefer to enjoy it in company. Signed, your favorite neighbor. Okay. Could she be with her neighbor? But she didn't bring the wine, so perhaps maybe not. Oh, is that her? Quite possibly. Okay. What do we have here? Looks like some kind of a trophy, maybe? An award. A trophy delivered to Phaedra Vi as a show of gratitude for remarkable philanthropic efforts towards rebuilding Arakeen.
They think it's a tribute. A grand revival. I'm hosting it after all. Who better? The same fools who couldn't spell Genusian if I bled it onto parchment. Dressing up the corpse of old Carthage in borrowed silks like that makes it breathe again. But that night, it wasn't a party. It was the last time the world bent around me. I ruled it for a single night, and nothing that came after ever mattered. Now they wear the masks. They mouth the toasts. They pretend they remember. It's not nostalgia. It's taxidermy. Still, if the ghosts are coming, I'll be waiting at the door.
Okay. Not sure what she means exactly. Very cool, like, decorations in this apartment. I hope we get access to some of the stuff that we see here. I know I haven't exactly played around with every single thing that we can decorate with, but... An empty frame. There's no painting in this frame. It looks like it was removed recently. Okay, have we not seen everything? Clues of her whereabouts. What am I missing here? Oh. There. A black market trade receipt. Okay, that's apparently only one part of the, I guess, evidence that I'm looking for. Or the clues that I'm looking for. What else am I looking for? Unless there's a specific order I need to interact with things. Anything on the chairs? Doesn't look like it.
They think it's a tribute. A grand revival. I'm hosting it after all. Who better? The same fools who couldn't spell Genusian if I bled it onto parchment. Dressing up the corpse of old Carthage in borrowed silks like that makes it breathe again. But that night, it wasn't a party. It was the last time the world bent around me. I ruled it for a single night, and nothing that came after ever mattered. Now they wear the masks. They mouth the toasts. They pretend they remember. It's not nostalgia. It's taxidermy. Still, if the ghosts are coming, I'll be waiting at the door.
I am completely stumped here, guys. I feel like I've combed through this entire place. What am I not seeing? Is there maybe like a hidden door or something? I feel like this frame could be hiding something. Huh. Right, guys. I definitely needed a hint there, and funnily enough, as we were talking about using the hand scanner or life scanner or whatever it's called previously, and I didn't exactly need to do that when we were looking for clues in the workshop. Apparently I need it here, so I guess maybe there's something right here with the painting. So let me just break out the scanner and perhaps maybe this will give us a clue. There we go. Right, there's something. Oh, hang on. Footprints. Some footprints are leading towards a bookshelf. Alright. Drag marks. Something heavy seems to have been moved here recently. Yeah, we've seen all of that. Mm-hmm. So there's definitely something behind here. How do I open it, though? Huh. Oh, hang on. There we go. Note to the valet. Alright, let's apparently bring this to Tors, and then we should continue from here. Alright. I guess back the way we came. Actually, that's not exactly the way we came, is it? Down this way. Should be the easiest. Yeah, this murder investigation is actually turning out to be a very, very long quest, isn't it? Wasn't expecting that. I'd love to go back to, you know, dealing with the house and all of the rebuild and all that sort of stuff, but, yeah, let's see where this goes first.
Did you see Phaedra?
I went to her place. She wasn't there.
I assume you found a trail to where she's hiding.
Found her drink stash. Looks like she favors spiced martinis.
Yes, the missing piece of the puzzle. I'll be sure to include it in her obituary.
I found a transaction receipt from Tidgy O'Gary.
Could be something, could be nothing. It could be a waste of time. Either way, see her.
She did leave instructions for her valet. He was tasked with transporting something valuable into the deep desert.
Interesting. Then I hope your Thopter's gassed and waiting, because you're headed into the deep desert.
Okay, interesting. I wouldn't have expected this to take us to the deep desert, but sure, why not? Let's get out there, and let's see if we can find this valet.
Oh, hey there, friend. Looking for anything special?
Yes, information.
That's not normally a good eye trade-in. I'm more hands-on.
I know you traded goods with Phaedra.
And I've got lots of customers, each with their own sordid affairs. None of my business.
Do you know what she sent her valet to deposit?
Some questions are dangerous to even voice. You best be leaving.
Okay, no success. That's okay. We'll find out ourselves. Right. Well, we don't really get taken to the deep desert very often during main quests now, do we? So this is a very, very interesting quest, I have to say. We're roughly around the area that we need to be. Might be just up this mountain, which means we may need to climb out of the Thopter and climb this on foot. Yeah, let's do that. I've also still got the Shigawire skill, so I should be able to climb pretty easily, you would hope. And yeah, if we do come across some Stravidium while we're out here, I might actually grab some, because I'm in constant need of Stravidium and obviously titanium to keep making plasteel ingots. Or, sorry, not plasteel, plastanium, rather. So apparently I'm looking for some kind of an entrance, maybe a cave of some kind. It does say that it might be below us now, so what's the deal? Am I in the wrong position? Maybe. Yeah, okay. I think maybe there might be a pathway that leads inside. I might need to circle around the mountain to try and find it. I wonder if there would be any clues somewhere. There is a natural sort of road-looking area. Well, it's not exactly a road, but pathway. Maybe I can just simply follow that. Ooh, okay, we've got some lighting here. And this looks promising. Put that away. I'm not sure what to expect, like whether or not perhaps maybe there could be some enemies or what the deal is. Bit dark. Oh, okay. Is this not where we need to be? Still below us, apparently. Maybe this is not the right spot. Though, like, this light seems very promising, though. Not sure what that is exactly. Maybe we're going in the right direction? Tempted to jump into the Scout Ornithopter again and fly around, but I feel like it's easy to miss stuff. Oh, yes, here. This could be the spot. Okay, yep. Ooh, hang on. Oh, this is the valet. A cryptic note. Go deeper into the cave. Whoops, you just get rid of that bug. Just to be prepared, I'll put the shields on. Search the cave for clues. Whoa. Okay. There we go. Right. That was a little bit painful. Yeah, so one thing that I should update you guys on before proceeding is also just around our equipment, because I have been doing stuff between episodes. And yeah, unfortunately I had to get rid of the Paranoid Holtzman shield because it was about to break, and I don't really have the ability to repair it. So we're using a Mark V now, which is not as good. So I probably just need to remember to be a little bit more careful about dealing with enemies at this stage. I've got so many quest items, it's ridiculous. Let me just take a look at all of that. Yeah, all of this stuff. Hopefully I can get rid of everything at some point. Alright, we're looking for clues. Nice, okay. Now we do have to return to Tors. So we'll go ahead and do that. I'm just looking around for more chests that we might be able to loot. Yeah, don't know why there are, like, Atreides troops, or are they Atreides troops, or are they deserters? Not entirely sure. Valuables. Several valuable items stamped with the Harkonnen crest. One crate contains a large marble head of Janus. Rolled up painting. A rolled up painting depicting 17 masked nobles at a banquet. 10194 Genusium Bowl is scribbled on the backside. Maybe this is the painting that was removed from her apartment. Could be. Yeah, I'm not entirely sure if there's anything else, but I think I'm pretty much going to be moving on from here. Okay, back again in Arakeen. Let's report back to Tors, see where things take us from here.
Report on the deep desert.
So I found the valet, or what's left of him, and a vault stocked with high-value cargo. She wasn't traveling light.
Murder's noise. Cargo is signal. What kind of high value?
I found a part of a manifest.
Let me see it. Huh. Yes, I recognize some of these names. Tell me what you see.
I believe the vault holds the last riches of Carthag's nobility, taken before the city died.
Interesting. What makes you say that?
I looked at some of the items. It seems they belong to nobility from that time.
I see.
We still don't know what her interests in the vault was.
Anything else?
Makes me wonder if one of the names on that list is angling for a bigger cut.
Possibly, but everyone's always angling for something. It doesn't mean it's worth chasing. Anything else?
I found a cryptic note on her valet. Looks like some kind of a code, maybe to unlock something.
Coincidentally, I have a seat at a banquet with Phaedra Vi, and several others listed on that manifest. I'll gather what I can there. You go back to Phaedra's apartment. That note might be our next key.
I think I know how to decipher the note. I'll get right on it. Okay, back to the apartment, I guess. So, and if I'm not mistaken, it could be something to do with the painting. Okay, so decipher the valet's notes. First things first is I shall break out the scanner. Okay, apparently there's a button here. There we go. Okay, decipher the valet's notes. Do I have the valet's notes on me? Cryptic note. The valet seems to have noted down instructions from Phaedra to remember a code. Picture me in my glorious days before the downfall of a once great city. Note to the valet. Instructions from Phaedra to her valet to transport some boxes to Sector B5 in the deep desert. Okay, we already went there. So, is there anything to help me decipher this? painting of Phaedra and a phoenix bird in flames. There's nothing behind it. Painting of Phaedra and a marble head of Yanis. There's nothing behind this one. Okay, decipher the valet's notes. Ooh, hang on, here we go. Old Carthag schematics, intricate schematics over Old Carthag with markings and scribblings on several points of interest. It's dated 10-194, which is those symbols over there. So let's try to match that. There we go. The line on top. I think that's the one. Is it? No, sorry. It's, that. And the last one. There we go. Alright. Time to check out what's going on behind this hidden door. And there she is. Dead. Ooh, what is that in her neck? Is that a dagger, or has she just been injected with something? No, it's a dagger, I think. I sort of want to just interact with some of this other stuff before we even take a look at the dead body.
I've been trying to say this for weeks. Carthag. You want the truth? I was hired to fix a problem, quietly. A man, high voice, long shadow, wanted something buried. No noise, no survivors. I helped him, mapped fault lines, tuned resonance, knew exactly what would happen. They paid me, gave me a new collar, a title I never earned. Carthag fell. You've seen the ash. But I laid the tracks. When the train came, I looked away. The nightmares aren't fire or screams, they're silence. That moment before, I could have said no. Now it's inside me. A rot. I drink, I work, I don't sleep. Take this, sell it, burn it. Just remember, someone knew, even if I don't tomorrow. The two men say first silence, then dust, then wings in the dark. I used to think it was poetry. Now, it feels like a countdown.
I'm not sure what's going to complete this mission. It possibly could be this scroll, so let me interact with the body first. Let's examine the upper body. Rich fabrics drape the woman's lifeless form, silks embroidered with fine threads, hinting at wealth beneath the ruin. Let's examine something else. Use our Mentat skill. Make forensic summations of physical evidence. The dead woman's posture and slack limbs suggest sudden death. She died where she sat, with no signs of resistance or the desperate flail of flight. No foaming or classic toxin signs. Eye discoloration points to abrupt trauma. Death arrived swiftly, without struggle, and without warning. Let's have a look at the face. No obvious signs of physical trauma mark the dead woman's face. Examine the mouth. Her lips are painted a perfect red, no foaming, no residue. Whatever ended her life left no trace of poison on her still mouth. Her eyes are glassy and discolored, clouded in the same dull, bruised tones you remember from Austin's lifeless stare. Use the poison snooper. The snooper glides past her clouded eyes. It flashes green. No airborne or residue toxin detected, just the still haze of death. Let's have a look at the upper body. Use the poison snooper this time. Oh, hang on. Let's examine the stiletto hilt. The stiletto's hilt is slender and elegantly simple, crafted from polished steel with a gently flared guard. Well, we'll use the trooper's skill, identify the weapon. The slim, unmarked hilt is familiar. Harkonnen Dragoon captains wear them in their boots. A blade meant for energy shield combat and close work. We'll use the poison snooper. The snooper's light flickers green. No poison lingers, yet something about the pristine, unmarked blade feels deliberately careful. Should we remove the stiletto? I don't know if that's wise for a crime scene. Let's leave it for the time being. Your hands slip back from the hilt. Leaving the blade is the sensible choice. It tells the story better than you ever could. Unless we do need to pick it up and then we're essentially going to be framed for murder or something. Let's conclude our examination for now. Let's have a look at this. The top part of a torn manifest. Could that be the torn pages from the manifesto that we saw in Austin Lath's room? Well, not his room, but his crime scene. A banquet guest list. Okay. It's obviously something I need to do with the body, so let's grab the stiletto. The blade stirs in its clot, dragging a quiet, viscous sound from the wound. The room feels suddenly smaller. Best not to pull further. Okay. There's something else that I'm not seeing here. Maybe I need the scanner. Yeah, I mean, seriously, the mask is just there. Like, why couldn't I interact with it before scanning it? A noble mask. Scanning the mask reveals a tiny, almost invisible, retractable needle, hidden right next to the mouth. Oh. Yes, let's use the snooper. There we go. Got the poison report from Phaedra's mask. Tidgy O'Gary. Okay. We have already spoken to her though, right? So This will be kind of interesting. What she got to do with it. Okay, let's head back down. Maybe we can take a shortcut. Well, I don't really know if this is going to be a shortcut or not, but... yeah, I guess that's relatively close. Definitely a lot of running around in this particular quest. Wasn't expecting it to take this long, so... that's another entire episode of us just investigating murders.
Oh, hey there, friend. Looking for anything special?
Yes, more information.
That's not normally a good I trade in. Already told you I don't deal in information. That's a commodity that gets a body killed. I certainly don't hand out customer info.
Phaedra's dead.
That's unfortunate.
It's vital that I understand what she was trading.
I shouldn't say. It's not good business. It's not safe.
I've heard her recordings. She spoke of a necklace.
All right. The lady was obsessed with her ancestral jewels, which I gather she lost with old Carthag. She particularly yearned for a necklace, the Star of Wisova. Turns out an enterprising scavenger had it. So Phaedra hatched some kind of scheme to get up the money to reacquire the necklace.
Do you know she was blackmailing Austin?
I knew she was scheming up something to put together the scratch she'd need to get that necklace she obsessed over.
Do you know who creates these masks?
No.
Okay, that was very straight up, wasn't it? That's a bit suspicious. I have this manifest. Top of the list, the Overseer. Do you know who that is?
Damn, I've got an answer, but you aren't going to like it. Phaedra was part of a little cabal who collectively had a stash of treasure they took out of old Carthag before it blew. Last to live takes the pot. Phaedra was making desperate trades to get the funds to retrieve her ancestral necklace. Well, anything could happen in that nest of covetous snakes. As for that person listed on the manifest, the Overseer, that is Sub-Prefect Tors. He's overseeing that group.
Tors? No. Why wouldn't he tell me?
Not the sort of thing you spill over afternoon tea, is it?
Tors is going to that banquet. What if he was behind this all along?
I suppose you'll be catching up with him then and leaving in a hurry, huh?
Alright, let's get back to him then. Could he be the culprit? I mean, if you insert yourself as, you know, leading the investigation, I guess it would make sense. Apparently, we need to go just above us here. Is there a banquet room? Yeah, here.
That's not your door to open, stranger. Push it, and you'll find I'm harder to move than most.
I know it's a private gathering, but I need to speak with someone inside.
And by order of the Emperor, I'm telling you to slow your gallop. There's nothing for you inside.
He's wearing some sick-looking armor. Are you denying access? I just want to be clear for my report.
Who are you, stranger? By the order of the Emperor is usually enough to run most folks off. But look at you. You got the gait of someone walking on borrowed authority.
Time is of the essence. I need a fast word with someone inside.
Fast or slow, I don't think you're gonna get much chatter out of them inside. They're all dead.
Dead? All of them?
We've got one survivor. Technically.
Old bird's flapping her wings on the way down. But she'll land soon enough.
I have reason to believe Subperfect Tours is among the guests. I need to confirm it.
Tours at a party. Well, there goes the mood.
The party's over. Let me inside. I might be the only one who knows what to look for.
All right then. Since you're so worked up over it, I could use help matching faces to masks. And seats. And if you already know some of these silk-wrapped corpses, all the better.
I found a guest list with notations for the butler. Might help sort who's who.
Good. That saves us a few hours of corpse roulette. A few of these poor fools I already recognize by build or reputation. The rest you and your list can help with.
How do you know them?
It's my job to know who's whispering in the shadows. This crew kept to themselves. Rich, quiet, and just strange enough to raise my interest. I've had files on half of them since they landed.
What do you mean, kept to themselves?
I mean they didn't dine with the Atreides, didn't show up in the salons, and never hosted anyone outside their circle. Came down on private carriers, quiet ones. No welcome party, no flag waving. When nobles start behaving like spies, I start watching like one.
And what did your observation uncover?
These little gatherings weren't new. Masquerades are not. Same crowd, same vices. Wine, secrets, and shouting matches dressed up as witty banter. Masks just gave them an excuse to say the quiet parts out loud.
Shouting matches about what?
They never shouted about spice or power. It was always the desert. Who knew what? Who had the map? Who owed something? Sounded more like a treasure hunt than a banquet. All I know is they were tight-lipped going out, and even tighter coming back. Anyhow, enough jawing. Let me get a look at that guest list. I'll match it with my data and cut through some guesswork. Appreciate it. Now I'll play scribe. You go play confessor. The old bird is waiting.
The old bird?
Call her Countess if you like. I call her the last shriveled thorn on a dead branch. Sharp tongue, sharper memory. Don't be fooled by the frailty. She can still draw blood with a whisper. The butler saw things. Doesn't rattle easy. You do well to speak with him before the details slip through the cracks.
All right, Sheriff.
See what the butler and the old hawk have to say. After that, come find me. I'll be the one holding this city together.
Okay, so he seems like some kind of a investigator. What the hell are we dealing with down here? What on earth? I didn't see Subperfect Tours, though. So I'm not entirely sure where he is, unless... No, that's not him. Okay, guys, so tell you what, I might actually wrap things up here because I feel like this might actually take us quite a bit of time to examine all the clues and, you know, use the poison snooper on stuff, all that sort of stuff that we've been doing the last couple of episodes. So when we come back, we'll continue, hopefully in this exact spot. I think this is probably an instance for me. Sometimes the game doesn't exactly play very nice with instances. But yeah, I'll try to work my way back here. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop me a like down below as usual. Stay true. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.